to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a moment of silent prayer. Amen. Okay, this is the first meeting of the new year. Happy New Year, everybody. It's the 2nd of January. We're in the Town of Bath Municipal Center. I have the roll call, please?
Scott Murphy,
Here.
Susan Webster's here, Elizabeth Skinner, here, Mary Lynn Hickey, here, Rebecca McLeod,
Here.
Greg Sheen is absent, Tom Hall.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, can we have a review of the minutes from last council meeting, December 19th? And I will take a common consent. I will take any additions or corrections if they need to be made. Looked good to me, so. Everybody okay? Mary, you good?
Yep.
Dom? Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right, common consent. All right. We don't have any persons before council, so I'm going to move down to communications from the mayor. Don't have a whole lot here. We've actually, last meeting when we were here, we had gotten a letter back from DOH about the crosswalks and about the speed limit signs here on Wilk Street, north and south. It was rather perplexing where they didn't feel like they wanted to do anything. So we said we were going to write some letters to Senator Charles Trump and Delegate George Miller to see if they can help us with that. And I have the 2 letters that have been wrote. I don't know if you guys have seen them. I know
They have
nobody saw them. Okay.
Yeah.
So I can pass them around if you want to look at them. Basically the same. They're the same thing other than just changing the names at the top, right? Okay. All right. That's basically all I have for communications under the mayor. So we'll move on. Bath Development. There's nobody here from Bath Development. All right, Parks and Recs. Nobody. Planning Commission. Larry isn't here.
He's out of town.
Okay.
But I will tell you, a couple months ago, I was asked by the Planning Commission to get in touch with Michael Dougherty, who wrote the study on the town of Bath. It was published in 2005 on the finances and operations. So I've been talking with Mr. Dougherty back and forth about what he could do if he were going to do something for us again. He said that another study like the one he did before, finances and operations, would be less than $2,000. It was $1,500 when we had it done before. He said, if that's all you do. So I asked, well, what else do you do? And he asked if he could come, or we could arrange a meeting that he could come and, or maybe Zoom in, I'm not sure what kind of meeting, but to give us the full array of his services, WVU services with the studies that they do, and roundabout prices of what it would be. So he said, let's wait till after the first of the year. It's after the first of the year. I wanted to bring it up to you guys. I can call him, arrange a meeting, get a date set and like that of when he could be here, or what, if he wants to Zoom or how he wants to do it, and get back with council, get back and just see if you want to meet with him, if you think it's
I think it'd be a good idea to maybe ask him to propose a few dates of availability and overlay those with our schedule so we could get the most, if not all of us, to be able to attend. I'd love to hear what his full menu of services is. And of course, we'll have to be thinking about the cost and what we can afford, but that's a really great resource, and thank you for following up with him, Susan.
And I did, wanted to bring this up during planning commission because that's how it first came about. So
Right.
I'll talk to Larry and those guys also, because I'm sure, because in writing the comprehensive plan, his work would be real helpful,
Mhm.
very
It
helpful.
was helpful.
So I'll let Larry and those folks know too.
Okay,
Okay?
sounds
All right.
good.
Thank you.
Okay. Streetscapes.
Pete made it back from California, but he's indisposed today. We have nothing to report. We're just waiting on the reviews for from the federal government.
All right.
Rail trail.
Rail trails.
Rail trail, we haven't heard what DOH is planning to do on the bids. We should know within a week because they generally have 30 days to accept the bid. So we should know what we're going to do. In terms of parcel 1B, which is where we have partially constructed the stormwater facility, we've been taking a look at it. I spent some time down there with Matt Pennington. We have some minor modifications that we need to make sure that we collect as much of the runoff as possible. There's a couple of spots that will need some touch up, which is typical in a project like this. So we're looking at maybe getting Casey Pentney back in to do some of that remediation in the next month or so. Tomorrow I'm meeting with the landscape designer to go over some of the information about the site. He's taking a look at it. We had the donation of a drone flight over it, which he requested, the designer had requested. So we've got that done. And we should know in another month or so what the landscape plan looks like.
Who is the landscape designer?
James Dillon from Nature Havens out of Shepherdstown. He specializes in native landscapes.
Great.
Which is what we're looking for.
All right. Good deal. Good deal. All right. Well, let's move on to the train depot.
Okay, and I told finance this, I'm planning to put together a meeting sometime maybe mid-January or later of people who are really interested in the developing the depot, bringing together their ideas and having at that meeting really people who are who have been working with the depot like Ryan, Jim Bailey, those guys. I let the holidays go by and now I'll get on that and we'll set a meeting and start making plans for the future of the depot and how we can make the most of it and not cost the town anything and maybe make something for the town and the community. So I'll let you know what I can figure out with these, essential guys. Rebecca works down there all the time. She's down there as much as I am, or more. I don't know at this point. But anyway, we've spent years there. So anyway, I'll let you know what I come up with that suits the most people.
Sounds
So
good.
Sounds
good.
That's what I'm doing. Let me see if I have anything else. Discuss my, don't have anything else.
Okay, good enough.
Okay.
All right, let's bring the Landmarks Commission forward.
Do you want me to stand up here or here? It's fine.
That's fine right there.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. We've made a lot of progress. We had we got our annual report in last year on time. We lost a member in August, and then we've kind of recruited or put the word out. And Ken's here. You saw Ken's application. Ken wants to be a part of the community and owns property on, it's in between Mercer and Green. It's in the historic district. It's one of the contributing structures, of course. We're excited to have somebody kind of fresh and, to be on the board with us and help us grow. We've been in about going on 2 years now. Kind of since we had to reform and take a step back and look at everything. So with that being said, we'd like for you all to consider him, to consider Ken, And Joyce Jones is a member of our committee. She's the secretary right now. She's on the board. She would like to kind of step back and switch roles with Melissa. Melissa's been on the as a volunteer and associate. We love Joyce. That was a request from her, so we would need something probably formal, you know. I can't say enough good things about her. She's been with me every step of the way. And, you know, we were meeting in this little room going through the applications a couple years ago with Susan and, you know, but there's times where things kind of change and people need, you know, you got to keep some fresh activity and fresh members and things like this in your committee. So, but that's what we would like to do. We'd like to schedule a meeting on the 25th of January at 2 p.m. here, if possible. If it conflicts, I'll probably ask for the county commission, you know, that room there. We've had a hard time kind of getting everybody's schedule together, so, but majority seems like the 25th is going to work. We can be, you know, flexible with the time, but that's kind of formally what we'd like to do. Let's see. I have called the SHPO directly, Meredith Drystat, because she was the point of contact in the letter that we received back in October. I told her of the items that we were doing as far as improvements that were in the letter. And she said that that was very acceptable. And all we have to do is basically provide proof. So I'm going to draft a letter from us to you, and then you'll probably have to draft a letter too, and we'll send it up, you know, probably send it certified. I know it's kind of off the record. I don't know if she told me we're not in any danger of losing our certification.
Both of us.
Yeah. So we have room to improve, and we're going to continue to improve. Okay. I'd like to make it official that we're asking for the an amendment possibly for the demolition ordinance
Right.
for HLC review.
The ordinance is working on that.
Okay, so that's a
So-
step in the right direction
Yeah.
also. We're going to continue the workshops. We're going to do more workshops next year for the public. That was one of the items
Right.
on the letter. And the state's more than happy to help out with that. They said they would come back.
Yes.
They would do Zoom meetings. There was another one I'm forgetting, but I'll have the letter to you before your next meeting.
Okay.
So-
Ryan, one quick thing. I know that didn't the letter from Meredith have a timestamp on it? We needed
Yes,
to
February.
respond within. So
120 days.
this, your letter and our letter will absolutely precede that deadline. I
Yes.
just wanted to confirm that.
And she has said to you, has she emailed this to you?
No, it was over a phone call, so I want to see it in writing.
Well, she said
You
the same
could get
thing when we were
something.
down at the ice house when we talked to her.
Yeah.
They don't want, they want us to keep moving forward. There's.
Yeah, making
There's not-
improvements.
Yeah,
That's what we need to
A
do.
pile of things that.
Yep. And we've made improvements. It's not at a, it's not as a rapid pace, but
Right.
you know,
I'd still like to, in that letter that we do, I'd like to have a letter back from them stating that we're on the right track,
yeah,
signed by them.
Yeah.
Fully compliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, right, that we're
We'll
working.
frame it.
That way,
Yeah.
that way, if anybody asks, we can say, look, we're working on it. We've already opened a dialogue with them. And, you know, here's the letter stating this is what we've done so far. And we're
Yep.
working on having more, you know, meetings for the public, da.
Educational resources.
Yep. Greg's working on,
And we have more people applying to volunteer with us than we have spaces.
yeah, yeah.
So-
yeah, so,
One more thing is that,
Standing in line.
oh, now it's slipping, sorry. I was gonna say, oh gosh, I'm sorry. I'll think of it here in a second.
Okay.
Yeah, if we, I think we do have a, bill it, or we need to vote tonight.
Right.
We do.
Yep, I'm gonna ask here in a
Yeah.
second, once you're done for.
I wish I could remember what that other item was.
Well, by the time we vote, you
Right.
sit there
Yeah,
for a
let's
while.
go ahead.
because I have
Well-
I make a
something-
motion that we appoint Ken Hoagland to the Town of Bath Landmarks Commission.
I second it.
Okay, I have a motion and a second on the floor to accept Ken into the Landmarks Commission. Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ken, welcome aboard.
Thank you very
Welcome,
much.
sir.
Oh, it was,
Thank you.
it was nerve wracking there at the end.
It was a real nail biter.
I know what the other issue was, there had been a rumor that Zachary Solomon was resigning. He's not resigning. He says, he holds a permanent address here. He's from here. He's going to school in Vermont. He is the most qualified person, historic preservation wise on our board. He said he's graduating, or maybe he's already graduated with his master's degree, and he doesn't know where he's going next, and he may have to. If he does, we'll just cross that path when we get there, and I'm gonna, beg him to stay on as like a consultant or, someone we could
And
go
I'm sure
to.
he would.
I think he would
I'm
too.
sure
He's
he would.
vested in the community, and
Thanks for clarifying that, because I
Yeah.
heard that rumor that he was no longer eligible by virtue of his residency.
no, I mean, he's a
So-
resident of the town. He's just
Yeah.
going to
Perfect.
school in Vermont.
Right.
It's-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just like the military, you have one place it's home.
yeah.
He's officially got his master's. He graduated.
Oh, did he? Good.
Did he?
I think he has to go back to Tufts when he sends them.
Okay,
Well,
that's good. I'm glad for him.
maybe
He's
we
very,
can have another
he's a very
one.
good young man. He's very
I know,
smart.
it's
He's,
Good
Good
subject matter expert.
yeah,
fine. Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
so that's about it. for me.
Thank you, Ryan.
Oh,
We
you're
really
welcome.
Appreciate you.
Yep,
Kind of picking it up.
I've
so.
got something
Yeah,
for,
thank you.
historic landmarks. I was given these calendars. I've got 7 calendars here from the State Historic Preservation Office. And there are places all over West Virginia, historic places, historic buildings and like that. I have one for each of the council members here this evening. And if you look at April,
I was gonna say we better be in there.
it
Nice.
is the brewery. So it's not that the State Historic Preservation Office doesn't like us, or they wouldn't put any of our buildings in their calendar. Oh, next year's going to be Depot. You know what I mean? Anyway, so here's your
Beautiful.
New Year's.
I'll
here's
take
New
Greg's
Year's
too.
Okay. Sure, New Year's present. Accept it, Ellen.
Thank you,
And she's
Susan.
got Craig, so we'd have one for the office
Thank you,
there.
Mr.
Maybe
Mayor.
if you've got more than, well, you need one. Yeah, there you go.
Fine.
All right.
All
All
right.
right.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
Mr.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you all.
All right, moving right along, we have, real quick before I forget, everybody kind of read the letter. Is it okay for me to sign and send out?
Yeah. we
Okay.
are right
Please
to
do.
I know you did, but I just wanted you all to look at it, so I'll sign that and we'll send that out. Okay, we're moving on to clerks and recorders report. Madam Clerk, do you have anything?
In your package, you have 2 internal budget revisions. It's just moving money within the same class. Finance approved them, I believe, so it's just a formality for the council to.
Okay, so
Pass
we
those,
have 2
please.
of them.
Yeah.
All right, we gotta do them separately. We can't do them all
Right.
together.
Yep.
Okay, I will take a motion to accept first budget revision.
I make a motion that we accept the budget revision for Public Works.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to take in for the Public Works Department for a budget revision. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That one passes.
I make a motion that we approve the budget revision for public safety.
Second.
Okay, a motion and a second on the floor to approve the budget revision for the Public Safety Department. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, so we got that done. Anything else, Madam Clerk?
Nope. Okay, thank you.
Madam Recorder?
Okay, no, I don't have.
You don't have anything?
else.
Okay, let's move on to finance then.
Okay. I make a motion that we pay the town of Bath bills in the amount of $2,563.66.
Second.
I have a motion and a second on the floor to pay the town of Bath bills in the amount of $2,563.66. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries.
I make a motion that we pay the Berkeley Springs Waterworks bills in the amount of $12,620.85.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to pay the Berkeley Springs Waterwork bills in the amount of $12,620.85. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Okay, anything else on finance? Or are you good?
I'm good.
Good deal. All right, tree board.
The tree board will be meeting again on the third Wednesdays of every month. I can't think, we had our tree board specialist come in and review the issues with the spruce, which is currently being used as the Christmas decoration tree. There are 2 blue spruce in town, and they both have the same disease, so they need treatment. We are going to have a member of the Christmas committee at the next meeting to discuss it and
Okay.
the cost.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
No.
Okay, good deal. Grant.
We don't have too many updates since we didn't meet since the last meeting with the holiday break. But we did get one piece of good news with the group that we're working with at the state level, helping us facilitate our grant applications around the RAISE funding. It's Department of Transportation. That we actually are more eligible than we thought after a closer review. So we're now going to drill down at our meeting scheduled for next Monday to look at possible opportunities to pursue for that.
Are we doing this, the sponsorship?
Oh, where did we put
It
that?
was on the minutes I got, or I mean the agenda I received.
Okay, Sharon, we need to have a vote for the plan for Rebecca's.
For the NRCS watershed.
Yeah, it's
Flood
up there under
prevention.
streetscapes.
Oh, okay, we skipped it. We can
Oh,
go
how do we
back.
get up there?
Oh, I
I don't know,
that.
that's where we put
Okay,
it.
Okay,
all right.
so it's really supposed to be under the grant.
Yeah.
We are asking that the town act as the sponsors for the NRCS flood prevention planning grant that we have been approved for. The grant is 100% of the cost of the planning effort. It would look at the entire watershed of Warm Springs Run. It would do an update of all the inventory of the resources in the area. It would look at the runoff from the sub-watersheds. It would analyze that runoff and look at the flood heights that we have. Possible outcomes would be recommendations for infrastructure improvements such as culverts, rain garden areas, other areas that we can improve the floodway. It might involve a reduction in some of the flood zone. We don't know until we look at it, but it would give us new information about what we're seeing in the watershed, and it would help us do a better job of risk analysis. Once that's done and we look at the recommendations and the plan is approved, we would then be eligible for funding if it were available to do those improvements. For flood prevention and improvement, there is no match requirement for implementation once we be approved. So I'm asking that we approve a request to become the local sponsors and point of contact for this project.
I can't.
No, I'm saying,
You're
are you ready
making-
for me to do it?
Yeah, somebody needs to make a motion.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the request made to have the town of Bath serve as sponsors for the watershed planning program plan with USDA and CRS.
And our,
I'll second it.
Second.
I have a motion and second on the floor to make the town the sponsorship of the watershed planning program. Any discussion?
At the last finance meeting, Rebecca did flesh out a lot of questions that I had about the town's responsibility, liability, and all like that with this plan. It's just a plan. I was satisfied with what she had to say in that regard. I don't know if anyone else was here and got to hear her answers to questions and things like that. But this is a plan with recommendations. It's no more. I was just concerned about our liabilities and
there's no liability attachment. As far as I know, there's never been an issue of liability with any of these plans. And currently in West Virginia, there are about 50 of them in the works. But since we're moving relatively fast for some of the first ones in line, and we're hopeful that they come up with good recommendations for the community. At a minimum, we need to know more information about the changes that have occurred in the watershed because of the US 522 bypass construction and the removal of over 10% of the forest and old meadow cover upstream from the town, which is certainly something we need to be concerned about.
the recommendations that come from this plan then go to the DOH or property owner or who the county, whoever would be ultimately responsible for that.
Or
They don't actually
grantors,
go to.
grantors that would fund the recommendations that have been made.
Once the plan is completed and presented to the town and we've accepted it and we select an alternative, of which one alternative must be no action. It's a requirement of the plan. We inform NRCS and we are active along the way of communicating with them and will be responsible for holding public meetings, doing outreach. We can lean on the Warm Springs Watershed Association to help us with that public outreach and help provide information to the public through their efforts. Once we decide and make decisions about that, then that decision and the plan would go to the Natural Resources Conservation Service chief at headquarters for approval. And then when funding became available through the agency, we would begin implementation of the plan.
Okay.
Separate application for funding.
Entirely separate.
Separate application. And would the town of Bath still be a sponsor, or would this be something that would be decided at that
It
time?
would be decided at that time. It could be that, we would look to the county for some of that support. We've already requested that the county act as a co-sponsor. We did that back in April when we received the preliminary approval to move forward with the planning effort. But
Anything from them?
yeah, they're meeting tomorrow about Sleepy Creek to discuss becoming the sponsor for the Sleepy Creek watershed. But it's an entirely different plan. They're looking more at stream bank stabilization and other activities that are related to agriculture and wildlife improvement, whereas we're focusing primarily on flood reduction.
Have you gotten any kind of a feel for them being a co-sponsor on this work that?
They sent the letter in when we
Yeah,
requested
Yeah, I
back
was
in
gonna say,
April.
they said that they would, so
Well, that would
that was
be, that would
last
be
year.
good.
Yeah.
So,
It's-
Also, that's another discussion at another time
Right,
when you
once
actually
we
have
have it
implementation
all
and
done.
funding.
Mm.
once this is done.
Yeah.
Charlie, you had a question?
Yeah, I partially answered it because the county controls the ordinance for the floodplain.
Right.
Wouldn't they be
Well,
the
the
leaders
town
of-
has a floodplain ordinance as well, and it may need improvement. How we work with the county is, we ask them to handle the floodplain manager responsibilities. But the town itself does have a floodplain ordinance.
But if we, say, get a building permit that's for in something in the floodplain, it goes out over to the county planning commission office and they handle it.
But we typically review this as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Any other discussion?
I do like the fact that Rebecca is trying to maintain some level of local oversight and control that is more uniquely focused on things that are important to us here that may not be unilaterally shared at the county level. So I think that this is a good plan and it's a good strategic choice to become the sponsor. And I look forward to hearing what comes of all of the research and the recommendations.
Yes. Okay. Any more discussion? If not, I'll call the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that motion carries.
Thanks.
Okay, move back down to public safety. Our next meeting is going to be the 10th of this month. I'm right on that, right? The 10th? Okay. At 4 here. Do you have anything that you need to bring up with us?
We put together calendars that have advertising from the businesses in the town and the area. And if you want them, there's some in each of these businesses. There's some down here in town hall, and we have more in the police department.
Thank you.
Just full of calendars today. It's that time of year.
It looks pretty good.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
All right, good deal. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't have anything more for public safety. He didn't have anything, did he? Okay. Cemetery.
I am submitting a hotel motel application to the county commissioners to help us finally get our General Barstow project brought to completion. And I will keep you abreast of what the county commissioners say.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Beth. Public Works.
We're getting ready for our first snowstorm.
It's so happening.
Quiet, Rebecca.
jinxing us.
She just loves to put that out there. Our
Man.
first.
We're expecting a snowfall of anywhere from 5 to 8 inches this weekend. So Rodney's getting the snowplow on the truck, and we have road salt available for treating the roads as necessary. But we'll wait
It's going to go off the
until Friday
coast.
and find out whether that's what.
It's going to go off the coast. It's going to stay nice and sunny on Saturday.
We're also having some trouble with the Freightliner garbage truck. The Kenilworth is fine. It's been repaired and everything, so it can fill in if we need to. But we're going to put it in the shop and see what the damage might be to it in terms of cost. Hopefully, it won't be too much.
Scott, and just as a reminder that there is a snow ordinance when we do have snow on the roads that you are to park on one side of the road so that the snow plow can get through without.
Worried about a bunch of cars.
Exactly.
That's worthy of a post.
Yes.
Yeah, how do you put it on the Facebook?
Yeah.
And-
Yes.
Great.
So, yes, it's all north and south roads. You have to park, I think, on the west side till the snow's done and cleared, and then you got to go to the east side. East and west, I think it's, you got to park on the north side. I think the south side, I can't remember what the total ordinance is.
It's gonna be kind of a problem. Right now they're forecasting this for a Saturday
Right.
during the day, which is usually the kind of busy
Mhm.
time, but
And they
So-
stay home though.
it's possible.
Hopefully people will just enjoy if it is snowing, enjoy the snow coming down and we won't have to worry about it.
Now you're saying.
But it's still going off the coast. It's gonna be a lovely day. It's not gonna be anything with the 4-letter word there. Okay, it's done. Ordinance, Greg isn't here.
I
Did
have
he? Okay.
just a couple of quick things. Greg really wanted to encourage all of our town council members to attend the next ordinance meeting on January 18th. We've got a lot of important business to get through, including our ongoing work and the recent financial modeling we had done for new revenue streams. And the employee handbook that I rewrote will also be available for review, and I will send that in advance so you all have time to look at it. Just a quick note on that, I did use a combination of Harper's Ferry and Shepherdstown. I used those because they've both been vetted by attorneys. They both included all applicable state law as templates. And then we went through at the last ordinance meeting all the things that we had changed or were going to otherwise amend, improve. And so that was a first vetting and just a really important meeting with important things on the agenda. So encourage everyone to attend if you can.
Okay. Thank you, Mary. Waterworks.
We have a number of little projects that are going on within the water department right now, repairing some leaks, doing some inventory work, locating in what we have. There's a number of pieces of equipment that probably should be eliminated, sold, and or repaired, of which we'll be bringing to the water committee. All of our new turbidimeters all new hot turbidimeters are now tied into our computer system so that whoever's operating that day can simply go to the computer and see everything that's going on. We've not got the reservoirs completely tied in yet, to the best of my knowledge. There is one, the hospital tank or the Fairview tank out here is tied in. And that issue is ongoing with the company that is doing that work. With that, also up and coming is our 34th annual water tasting at the Country Inn. Again, we'll be at the Country Inn, hopefully.
Yes.
And with the registration for that at 1/23, January 23rd will be the last day to get registered for that. We do hope to have numerous waters to taste and to bring forward. And I would hope that that we as the council could support that special Saturday evening, that the final choices are made and to press the flesh and say hi to everybody. So with that, that's what we've got.
Is the town entering
Yes,
with our water?
we always do. Yep, we always do. So,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah.
Can you repeat the date of the water festival?
What's the date of the water festival?
I do not have that. I only have
It's
the
in
registration date.
February.
It's typically in February.
Yeah,
No,
the
I'll
second week or something,
Yeah.
third week, I mean.
Yes.
The preliminary judging, of which I'm a judge, is on Thursday.
You have fun.
Do you have to recuse yourself from judging the town's water?
No, it's fine. The preliminary usually does bottled, non-carbonated.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
All right,
Fine
folks.
palate.
Water tastings in February, and we're on our way, and the waterworks is working on other problems that are going on and fixing everything up. So good deal.
I do have one other thing.
Okay.
I do believe that the pickup truck from the Town of Bath Police Department sold. Signed, sealed, sold to the Berkeley Springs Water Department.
We
Thank
approved
you.
that during finance,
That
sir.
works.
Thank you.
Yes.
That
Thank you.
works. So, all right. Okay. Anything else, Tom? You good?
No, sir.
Good deal. I come to a point in the meeting where I ask if there's anything that council members want to bring forward that we haven't discussed, that needs to be discussed. Okay, if not, I'll ask anybody that's out there in the public if they have anything they need to discuss with us.
The water tasting's on February 22nd through 25th, according to this. So,
February
which is
22nd to the
the fourth.
25th, right?
Yeah, which is the fourth weekend.
Fourth weekend. Okay. Okay. Anything else? If not, I will ask for a common consent adjournment.
So moved.